Greetings from the Ring Gauge channel. I'm Mark Tarmadall, and my camera is not working, so you get to just see the video without me. That's a bonus, uh, since I have a face for radio anyway. Anyway, this is a little short video about, does loud music cause you to be distracted? So it does crank when you're driving down the road and you're cranking up the music in your car. Does that make you get worse? And a couple reasons for showing this. One, it shows that Ring Gauge is a really good research tool, and it gives you a lot of insight into what kinds of things change when you turn up the music. So what we're going to do is just take a quick look at a study that was done, and this study was published in the Journal of Science and Medicine. The author was Jane Farrell, and basically looked at a whole, what would be the effect on the purpose of the study was kind of like, what would be the effect of young drivers or on their ability to focus or their ability to react to environmental situations, if they were looking at if they were driving along and they keep cranking the music up. Anyway, the way this study was done was the Neil Diamond classic Sweet Caroline was played at 4 different levels: 0, 20, 40, and 80 decibels. And basically, we can just show you the results. So the first result was on reaction time, and reaction time looks like it does get monotonically goes up pretty steadily. So and that's really no question. That's really solid data for looking at this, and it's a really nice correlation. As you increase music volume, your reaction time gets slower. Remember, reaction time going up means it's getting worse. The slower your reaction time, the worse. So if you're driving along and a dog runs out in the road, how fast can you react? That's the question. And that is what shows up in your brain gauge score. So so if you keep turning up the volume, basically what this is saying is that keep turning up the volume, this speed score will get worse. It'll go from 100 to 95 to 90, but this probably will saturate at some point. And that this was a no study is ever complete. All good studies create new questions. So, but there are other things you can find out just by looking at reaction time, just collecting reaction time. You can also look at reaction time variability. And in this case, average reaction time variability did go up, but only between 40 and 80 decibels. So it's kind of interesting. From 0 to 40, there was really no change, but it looks like it started to go up. And what reaction time variability, if you're interested in finding out more, go to the reaction time and reaction time variability talks. But that is really related to your focus and your ability to pay attention. So if you are really on task when you do the reaction time task and really focused, then your reaction time variability will remain low. But if the music is really distracting and making you less focused, it seems to be, it will crank it up. So when you turn up the volume really high, then you're starting to get a little bit unfocused. These numbers, it's fairly good reaction time. This is just starting to get on the edge of normative focus values. But there was one more part of the study really interesting, and that's that the average reaction time of males and females increased slightly differently. Females were impacted more by increasing the volume of the music than males were. This is not a unique finding. This is something that has been in other papers by other researchers, and as to my knowledge, nobody really knows why. You can speculate all you want, but I really have no clue as to why this is. I just find it incredibly interesting that males and females have a very different response, or slightly different response to increases in volume. They both do. You do see the increase in volume having an effect, yet females are clearly impacted more. Anyway, that's an example of some of the kinds of research people do with the brain gauge, and that's just one of the measures that the brain gauge takes is reaction time. And, it's a very good measure for saying, okay, uh, for making slight predictions about things like, would increasing the music volume have an impact on someone's driving, which sort of indicates it would. It might impact your reaction time. It might impact your focus. So anyway, thanks for watching. There's some other related videos you may be interested in, like reaction time and precision and accuracy videos. Or if you're into reading, you could read the full paper that was just presented here at the Journal of Science and Medicine. Thank you for your time and have a great day.